Good morning, students. I am Richa Rahi, your biology teacher. Students, as you all know that we were doing the chapter life processes, and the last topic of your life processes chapter is excretion. So first of all, I will give you journal introduction about excretion, that what is excretion. It is basically a process by which the waste materials like nitrogenous waste like urea and uric acid are removed out from your body. These waste materials are produced during the various metabolic activities that are taking place inside your body, and these materials are not required by the body as they are very harmful. So there must be a process, there must be a system required by the body which is needed for removal of that waste. So this system is called excretory system and the process is called excretion. So next, in case of unicellular organism, if we see, the waste products, they are removed out from their body through a simple process of diffusion. But if we if we see the multicellular organism, these waste products, they are removed out from the body through the specialized structures or specialized organ. If we talk about humans, kidneys are the specialized structure which are responsible for the process of excretion. Now the question is why excretion is needed. So it is needed for the removal of waste material from the body and mainly for the regulation of amount of water in the body. So this is the diagram of the excretory system, human excretory system. So first of all, we will see this bean shaped organ which you are seeing here. This bean shaped organ is called kidneys. Kidneys are basically 2 in number. They are located on either side of the spine and protected by the muscles, fats and ribs. These kidneys, they will open into a long tube-like structure. Here you see the long tube-like structure. This structure is called as ureter. These ureter are also 2 in number. This ureter will open into a bag-like structure. This you can see here, the bag-like muscular structure. This is called as urethra. The urethra will finally open into a small tube-like structure. This muscular bag-like structure is called urinary bladder, and urinary bladder will open into a small tube-like structure. At last you can see here is urethra. So moreover with that, there are 2 kind of blood vessels. This red one which you can see here, this is called as aorta artery. This artery brings the oxygenated blood to the kidneys. It brings the oxygenated blood, but with the oxygenated blood it also carries some kind of impurities with it for the purification. So this blood is mainly called as dirty blood. This oxygenated blood is called as dirty blood because it contains lots of impurities inside it. The other kind of blood vessel which you can see here, blue colored blood vessel, this is called as inferior vena cava. This blood vessel is called as inferior vena cava. It takes blood from the kidneys. The purified blood, finally it takes from the kidneys. After the filtration, after the purification, it will take blood back from the kidneys. Now see this diagram. This is the bean shaped organ called kidneys. Kidney will open into a long tubular structure which is called as ureter. And see this diagram, this is the internal structure of the kidney. We will see the internal structure of kidney here. The kidney is basically divided into 2 parts. The first part is cortex. You can see here, this is the first part, cortex, and the inner part is medulla. This medulla is having the pyramid shaped structure and it contains nephrons inside it. Nephron is the main functional unit of the kidneys. This medulla region will open into a small canal like structure which is called as calyx. Below the medulla you can see the structure, small canal structure, calyx here, and this calyx will finally take that filtrate, this calyx will finally take that filtrate to this large structure below calyx. You can see this large structure which is called as renal pelvis. Renal pelvis will take the filtrate, and after renal pelvis the filtrate will goes down, the filtrate like this, the filtrate will goes down to the ureter, and the ureter that will open into the urinary bladder. As you all know, the bag like structure, the filtrate will goes into the urinary bladder, and after urinary bladder through the urethra we will pass it out as in the form of urine. So let us see this short video of kidneys. This video is showing the inside view of kidney. You can see here inside view of kidney, the functional unit nephron. We can see here nephron, the functional unit of kidney. So this is basically a cup-like structure, Bowman's capsule. It's having inside Bowman capsule. This is the slit pores. The slit pores basically filtrate the blood. This kind of the structure, it will filtrate the blood, and after the filtration the blood like this, the blood will flow out, and the filtrate will flow out from the ureters. So this video will show the inside structure of the kidneys, that how the filtrate will flow out from the kidneys to the ureter. So this is the structure, in detailed structure of the nephron. The nephron is basically divided into 5 parts. The first part is the Bowman capsule. This, the cup-shaped part, this is called as Bowman capsule. It is the first part of the this nephron. The second part, this is coiled tube-like structure. This is called as PCT, proximal convoluted tubule. It is the second part of the nephron. This long loop-like structure which you can see here, this is called as loop of Henle. It will open again into a coiled tube-like structure which is called as DCT, distal convoluted tubule, and finally the filtrate will goes to the this long tube structure which is called as collecting duct. And now we will see that what function they perform. So first of all we will start with the Bowman capsule. The afferent arteriole will open into the Bowman capsule. Inside the Bowman capsule, this cup-shaped region, this is called as glomerulus. Here the arteries is divided into fine capillaries, and the filtrate mainly it is deal with the filtration of what? Filtration of water, salts, glucose, vitamins, and small amount of urea. So filtration is done inside the Bowman's capsule and the glomerulus. So after this it will open again into the tubular structure, the coiled tubular structure, proximal convoluted tubule. So what will happen inside the proximal convoluted tubule? Here, as you know, the glucose and vitamins, they are very important for the bodies. So this PCT, it will excrete out this glucose and vitamin out. The blood vessel you can see is running here. This blood vessel reabsorb this glucose and vitamin as it is required by our body. It is very important for our body. So it also absorb the urea and some amount of drugs. Next, the proximal convoluted tubule will open into a loop of Henle, the loop-like structure which is called loop of Henle. So what is done inside here? It is mainly deal with the regulation of water. This loop of Henle then will open again into a coiled structure, tubular coiled structure, which is called as DCT, distal convoluted tubule. Now what is done inside this DCT? This DCT, distal convoluted tubule, is mainly dealing with the osmoregulation of salt. Osmoregulation of salt means that how much of the salt is required by the body and how much content of the salt will have to expel out from the body. This all is done by the DCT. And then the filtrate will finally collect in this collecting duct. This collecting duct is dealing with the collection of the filtrate, and this filtrate will then goes into this renal pelvis, as you can see here, and from the renal pelvis it will again goes to the ureter, this long tube like structure. From the ureter it will goes to the muscular bag like structure, which you can see. This is called as urinary bladder, which I have told you earlier. This urinary bladder contain the nerves. These nerves are basically connected with the brain. When this bladder is full with urine, we are having a urge of passing urine, and we are having that urge. The urine from the urinary bladder will move out through this small pipe like structure, which is called as urethra, and from this like this the urine is finally expelled out, the filtrate is finally expelled out from our body, and in this way the whole process of excretion is going on inside our body. So hope this video is helpful to you for understanding your topic of excretion. In this way the excretion is done inside our body. Thank you.